Hi guys, and today I know it's a bit late, but I'm going to be reacting to my Premier League predictions from what I made like at the start of the season. So let's get started. 20th, I had Watford, and they finished 19th. They had a terrible season like this season, and they deservedly went down. They were not cut out for Premier League football, and they rightly deserve to go to the Champions League. They went through three separate managers, what tells you all, and their home record was a joke. Everything, so they rightfully deserve to go down. 19th had Norwich and they finished 20th, so pretty much that just had been one way around. Again, they were awful like Watford, and once again them deserve to go down. The challenge for them both teams is can they make them go back up to the Premier League at the first attempt. So yeah, 18th I did have the scumbags Newcastle to Sunderland, and they finished 11th. To be fair to them, they're like obviously had a horrible start to the season where I don't think they won any of their only won one of their first 20 games or something. But after the takeover and after the where Eddie Howe came in, to be fair to them, and after January after the sign, they did well, and I'm not going to take that away from them. And they finished 11th. What I think is a really respectable finish for Newcastle, to be fair. And I think even though they're Sunderland's rivals and stuff, I'm not going to be a bit of Sunderland fan. I wouldn't be surprised if they kicked on again next year, to be honest. As much as I don't want to say it, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah. 17th I had Southampton, and they finished 15th. I don't really know what to think of this for Southampton. Obviously, they stay in the Premier League, what is are good, I guess. But to be fair, they were pretty inconsistent and stuff like that. Stuff like that. I'm going to be honest with you, they were pretty bad at the end of at the end of the season. Southampton is a team I do wait for next season. That could next year. I got into Burnley next because I had them 16. Could this be the year that? Could next season be the year that Southampton go down, because them are another one who, like a Burnley, will eventually go through the trap door. I wonder if it could be next year for Southampton. So yeah, but at least they stayed up. They had some good players and stuff like that. So yeah, 16th I had Burnley, and the finished 18th. I always knew that one year Burnley would fall through the trap door, if you like, going to the Championship, but I didn't expect it to be this year, even though it was, as they weren't good enough, to be honest. They did give themselves a fighting chance when they sacked on Dice, but I still think it was stupid. And won 3 games in a row and stuff, but they were not good enough, didn't win enough games, didn't score enough goals, and that's where you get relegated. And I think it'll be hard for them to bounce back, and I wouldn't be surprised if Burnley don't bounce back at the first attempt, if I'm in total honesty with you. So yeah. 15th, I had Brentford, and the thing is 13th. I think Brentford had a really, really good first season in the Premier League. To be honest, they were really good to watch. To be fair, they were probably one of my favourite teams to watch. Played some nice football, won games, had a striker who could score goals in Ivan Toney, had Christian Eriksen, what was a brilliant to see him play football again. And to be honest, I won't be honest, I hope Eriksen stays with Brentford. I think he will, probably not, but yeah, they can be really proud of themselves this season, and I think it'll only get better for them, and they can kick on. So yeah, 14th I had Crystal Palace, and they finished 12th. I think another one who had a really good season under Pat Vieira, and I thought they would stay up until 14, but what is comfortable. But I didn't thought they would do that well under Vieira, but he proved me wrong, to be honest, and I hold my hands up. They played some nice football, won games, obviously got to the FA Cup semi-final. I think they've had a good season, and they're another one who I think could kick on next season. So yeah. 13th, I had Brighton, and they finished 9th. Another one who had a really good season. Brighton was the sort of team who played good football, as we all know, but struggled to put the ball in the net. They still did do that, but they won a lot more games. And to be fair, they were pretty inconsistent, to be honest. But a 9th place finish, I think, even though speaking about being them inconsistent, I think it was the highest points tally in the Premier League, the highest thing. Graham Potter is a manager who, to be fair, he's due a big move from among us, but they've had another great season, and and I think it's their 5th straight season in Premier League football next season, what's obviously brilliant. So yeah, 12 I put Wolves and the thing is 10th. Of course, Wolves were in the Europa League, Reus League, and before then their league obviously fell off massively and thing is 10th. But to be fair to them, it's another season where they haven't really been in the Premier League that long, to be honest. But it's another season where they've never been top out in the relegation battle. They've finished in the top half, and I think they can be happy with it. So yeah, 11th I had Leeds, and they finished 17th. Leeds were very, very, very lucky not to go down. Let's face it. They were awful this season, but I guess they did their goal. What in the end, what wouldn't have been at the start, I wouldn't imagine. But there was talk about would Bielsa kept them up. I don't know. No, I personally think Bielsa would took them down. So I think changing the manager was the right thing to do. He kept them up. I'm still not convinced of Jesse Marsch, but he did the job. Now let's just see what players he can bring in next season and stuff like that, and see if they can improve on their just avoiding relegation. So yeah, 10th I had West Ham and the thing is 7th. I think it's another good season for West Ham. Of course, it's the Conference League for them, but I think they'll be happy. The reason why I thought they would finish 10th is because like with the games and stuff, with all the catch up with injuries and suspensions and stuff. But to be fair, they got quite lucky with that this season, where I don't think they had too many injuries and suspensions. And at one point, it looked like they were fighting for Champions League. So I think that David Moyes, much as I don't like him, has did a brilliant job at West Ham. Got another season of Europa League or Conference League of European football. Let's see what they can do again next season. So yeah. 9th I had Everton, the figure 16. Them are another one who had an awful season. And it's been a pretty bizarre one, to be honest. Starting the season with Rafa Benitez, and I thought where if they kept Rafa they would have went down, to be honest. But got Frank Lampard, and I think they were pretty awful on the road, but the backing that they've had at home, the fans were unbelievable, and I think the fans are the reason why Everton are coming back for another season in the Premier League. So the fans can take a big amount of credit. The players showed up in the last month and a half of the campaign. So yeah, hopefully that under Lampard next season Everton have got to kick on and make sure that they are not in another relegation battle. So yeah. 8th I had Aston Villa and the thing for him. To be fair, I was actually pretty disappointed with Aston Villa this year, where the signs they made, I know they lost Grealish, but they signed Bailey, they signed Danny Ings, they signed someone else I can't remember, but yeah, I thought that they would have, I thought they would have had a better season than what they actually did, but it was quite inconsistent. Of course, they sacked Dean Smith, got Steven Gerrard. With some of the signings that they've made already in the transfer window, obviously making Coutinho's loan permanent, signed Diego Carlos, and they signed someone else, and the same rumours that they might sign Luis Suarez as well. It'll be interesting to see how they do next season. So yeah. 7th I had Tottenham and the thing is 4th. Fair play to Conte here. He's a brilliant manager, and at the end of the day, he's got Tottenham back in the Champions League. I think they would have took at the start of the season, obviously Keane stayed and stuff like that. So it was a great season for them at the end of the day, and they'll be happy that Champions League football is coming back. So yeah. 6th I had Arsenal and the thing is 5th. I do think if you asked the Arsenal fans would they have took 5th at the start of the season, they would have took it. But to be fair, they balled top 4. I think where they only if they beat Tottenham in on the 12th of May, they would have got top 4, and they lost it to, and then pretty much bottled it against Newcastle, and it weren't enough. But I guess they've still had a good season considering all of that, and they've got Europa League football. Of course, Lacazette's left, so they're going to bring a striker and stuff like that. But I think they've developed young players this year, like Ramsdale being revelation, and Ben White's been good for them. And Nketiah showed up the last few weeks, and obviously wasn't playing for a contract. We'll not know what I'll say next season, but they've had a decent season, and yeah, it probably then disappointing, but they still did well overall. So yeah, fifth I put Leicester, and the thing is, to be fair, I thought Leicester was pretty inconsistent this year. And thing is, but maybe shows the quality that they've got in their team, and I still think they'll be disappointed with no European football, and I think there'll be a rebuild for Brendan Rodgers there next season. Carney led next season. The task will probably be to get Everton, Leicester back into Europe. So yeah, fourth I had Chelsea. The thing is, third at one point it looked like Chelsea was obviously going to compete with City and Liverpool for the title, but that sort of fizzled off pretty early on into the season. And obviously with all the stuff going on with Abramovich, they were pretty inconsistent, and that's, to be fair, probably understandable. And they obviously did lose two cup finals, both to Liverpool on penalties. That but they did finish best of the rest, if you like, where everybody else, because Liverpool and City are on a different level to everybody else, but they finished best of the rest for third, and hopefully for now with the new owners they can kick on from there. Of course they're going to need a rebuild, because of course Rudiger's left, Christensen looks like he's gone as well. There's still rooms will Aspilicueta go as well, and then they've cut Alonso go, so they still need a rebuild in defence. But I think that in the Champions League they probably did what they set out to do. So yeah, third I had Man United in the finished sixth. What an awful season Man United had probably one of the worst in the club's history. I think of what was where they won the least amount of games they've ever won in the league, like the least amount of points, stuff like that, and appointing Ralph Rangnick, I think, the manager, was pretty bizarre, and that's what it's been, to be honest. And it'll be interesting to see what Ten Hag can do. Of course, there's a rebuild. Pogba's left, Lingard's left, Cavani's left, Matt has left. What would be surprising and be interesting to see what happens there over the summer. But I guess they've got Europa League football. Can them now can Ten Hag get them into the top four next season? So yeah. Second, I had Liverpool, and they finished second. Even though Liverpool didn't win the Premier League or Champions League, they still had a fantastic season. To get to play every game possible you can this season, they've done really well. And I know they could have been sitting there with 4 trophies if the final day didn't go how it did, where Man City scored 3 goals in 10 minutes, and they took their chances against Real Madrid. They could be sitting there with 4 trophies, but they did really well. Klopp's a brilliant manager. They've got some brilliant players, like they have. Luis Diaz was an absolute revelation from January onwards, and even though that there's room that Manny is going to leave, I think they'll be back again next season, competing for all 4 trophies. So yeah, then first I have Man City, and the thing is for what a season Man City had. The best team in the league, totally deserved the title. Of course, Haaland's coming next season. What will only make them even better. So yeah, I only got 2 right. I got Liverpool and City bang on, and of course I had Norwich and Watford the wrong way around, and I had a few where I was 1 or 2 off. So yeah, I'm actually, to be fair, quite happy with it. If I'm in on it. The next time they'll say May, it happens to be when transfers obviously now come for Sunderland. If Roberts Gooch are right, decide what they want to do with their contracts, I'll also make videos on them. So yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. So like, subscribe, view, comment, and see ya.